Welcome everybody to the Hard Rock and Country Show. We're here with...
I thought this was the hoodie show.
We're here with something, folks. I will make apologies for my wonderful friend who's been sick for a couple weeks now. Hopefully you won't get anything through the phone or through this this internet broadcast, but he has been feeling under the weather quite a bit.
Is that better?
Folks, I don't even know. I called him up the other day and said, "Hey, how you feeling?" And he said, "Not good." I said I asked his employee John, if we need to start digging a hole, and his employee said, "Nope, there's already a big hole out there. We just roll his butt in there and we're all good."
See the love I get?
Yep. We love him. We care about him. We love his wife too, and that we're trying to save her money.
Mm-hmm.
So, I love my wife so much. You know how much I love my wife?
I just don't even know.
She's the bacon to my eggs. I got her the sign for Christmas, and it hangs above our sink. And you know,
You bought that for Heidi?
Yes. And it hangs above her sink.
So, are you calling her a pig?
Well, you know, here's the thing, folks.
You called her a milk cow last month.
Here's the thing, folks. I got this for her. I was so excited, and I hung it up. Actually, she hung it up, I think. And I didn't even put two and two together that's what it was referring to until my uncle got after me about that. Yeah, you know. You don't think. Oh my God. I think a lot. I really do. Just sometimes my train of thought is on a different track than other people's train of thoughts.
Is that how you interpret that?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
But last month you tried talking to her nicely.
Yeah.
And called her a heifer.
Yeah.
That had her babies and turned into a milk cow. And this month, you bought her a bacon pig sign. You're batting 1,000 there, son.
You know,
Where did you take love advice from?
All right. All of what you just said is true, yes, but out of context. You need to understand the context.
I'm very impatient. I give the super shortened, modified, cut down, no thrills episode of This Is What You Said Again. Another Shelby episode of blissness.
What romantic things did you say to your wife this week?
I'm going to bed early.
See, at least what I said.
I think she stayed up. I think I went to bed at 9 and she stayed up till 3.
At least what I said
Maybe
opened it up
3:30.
for discussion afterwards.
I think she was a lot happier I went to bed. You get married long enough, you'll get that.
Folks.
Just saying.
Folks. When it comes to marriage, you know, there's so many phrases that get thrown around there, and there's so many things that get thrown around there. And my comment was so
my
off
goal,
the
though,
cuff.
you talked about all these things. My thing
is to
that
say
that you're throwing around
is
just not to get thrown.
Okay.
See, I accomplished that.
You do accomplish that.
I do accomplish that.
You know,
if you don't poke the sleeping bear, you don't get growled at or bit.
I know, but after the growl and biting, you can at least have some really fun conversations that ensue afterwards.
Let me give you some advice. Don't never write a book on marriage or romance. Just don't do it. Don't waste your ink and time. Oh my gosh.
You're dying here. So let me share with the folks, and they can give their 2 cents on what I was saying.
I would go down to 1/2 cent.
Okay. All right. 1/2 cent. I would even take 1/2 cent. But this was some really interesting things I shared with my wife. And once I shared with her where my train was, It really
Your
meant a lot to her.
train
It
is like a
really
train
meant
wreck.
Well,
I'm just saying. folks.
train wreck of love, maybe, but
My interpretation and yours is probably slightly different.
all right. So, folks, you know, I have been around a lot of married people. I've been married about 12 or 13 or 14 or 11, somewhere around that
Supposed to
year.
know that.
13.
You're supposed to
13
know
years.
that.
I've been married 13 years. And I've been around a lot of married people. And
But you need to wait. Whoa! I gotta squirrel you right there. Okay, so let's go to the wedding story, the wedding ring story. What was your wife's response to you losing a wedding ring if you didn't wear one? Let's tell that whole story.
You want that story?
You bet.
You want that story? Can we come back to the other one?
Finish it up. That's fine.
No,
But
no,
y'all
what-
got
we-
to get popcorn and soda or a good glass of tea
Okay.
to hear this wedding ring story, because I'm gonna tell you what, y'all, I about peed my pants listening to this story of his interpretation of what a wedding ring and what his wife thought.
You're talking about her breaking her wedding ring at your job.
Yep.
Okay.
And then what her response was about you wearing.
So
a ring.
she came home and her wedding
No,
ring
you got to
was
finish
damaged.
the other story.
Well, okay. Well, I'll finish the other story. So the
The
other
train
story
wreck
is
has done wreck. Squirrels are running rampant.
they are. So
Good.
folks, I'm very, very you know, when I got married, I thought I knew what marriage was. I had no clue. But over 13 years, I have developed an appreciation for the fact that I am married.
That your wife tolerates you.
I've grown to appreciation that she hasn't killed me. I have a shirt that says 10 years and she hasn't killed me yet. Now it's for my 10-year anniversary. And I've grown this appreciation for who she is. And I really, truly, and this may come as a shock to some people, but I truly love my wife.
I don't disagree with you.
Well,
I see that.
some people,
And I truly think she loves you wholeheartedly,
Oh.
or she doesn't kill you. I'm just saying.
she does love me so much. But
Murder would have been an option for most women.
well, that is true. I came home one day, folks. I came home.
And your driving wouldn't convince people much that it was an accident.
Well, yeah. I came home, and I was talking to her because I'd just been around somebody who they didn't really even enjoy being married. They didn't enjoy their spouse. They didn't enjoy being around their spouse. And I get that. I get that some marriages are very difficult. But for me, they said, well, you know what it's like.
You're difficult.
Well, yeah, I am difficult. And I apologize to my wife every morning, and I thank her every morning. But I said to my wife, I said, you know, I truly do enjoy just being here with you and loving you.
Unscript these and all. Anyway, they're not ready.
Nope.
And this just turned into Marriage 101.
It did. It did. And
as long as it ain't psychology and Marriage 101, I'm fine.
nope.
Or politics.
So I told my wife, I said, you know, the other thing is not only do I love you, but like I got married to you, and I kind of went off on my little tangent, and that's where the heifer cow and the milk cow got thrown in there. And I'm not going to give you word for word for all that.
Oh, no, I want play
some
by
of you
play.
are going to get hate mail, or I'm going to get hate mail for this.
Oh no, it's all you. I'm posting your address.
Folks, I made some off-the-hand comments to my wife that she has learned to appreciate and understand that I don't always mean the words coming out of my mouth. Sometimes I don't think about them. Sometimes they just pop out. But I was trying to share that I got married and had kids, and I really enjoy the fact that God has given them to me, and I want to be there with them every day of my life.
Is that why we're going hunting for 9 days?
10.
No. Okay, keep going. That's a long time.
And so it slipped out that you know, I somehow, you know, had children from a heifer cow. That's how my wife got the nickname. And so that kind of just went downhill after that. And I've been ridiculed. I've been kind of shocked. I get a lot of phone calls asking if I'm still alive. and
Nope, he's alive.
and then I go and get her this sign for Christmas. So then it was around this time that she comes home.
No, keep going with the rest of the heifer cow, because then she turns into a milk cow.
Well, yeah, anybody that knows farming, anybody that knows dairy, anybody that knows cows knows that a heifer is not a heifer forever.
Right. Well, they could be.
Yeah, but that's not lucrative.
Okay, keep going.
Yes. Well,
What if I get hungry though?
I got a candy for you. You want a candy?
No, just keep going.
And so, well, that was pretty much the end of it. She's sitting there and kind of in awe and awe, and she said, "Well, I'm glad I'm your heifer cow." And I said, "No, honey." I said that just doesn't even make sense. I said, after you've had children, or after you've had offspring, you're not a heifer anymore. You're a milk cow. And then I kind of got ridiculed for that and stuff, but. Keep this in mind. You who are sitting hating me.
Do not write a marriage counseling book.
You who are sitting there hating me for any of these comments I make to my wife, you can ask her, and she'll tell you I love her with all my heart. She'll tell you I care about her with all my heart, and she loves me, which is kind of shocking.
When you say that stuff, though, I was always learned that if you said it was said with love, it's okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that really works though.
No, that doesn't.
That
really
guy that guy that was giving that advice was never married though.
Yeah. That's the other
Kinda
thing.
odd.
The other thing that I said
Somebody
recently.
40-some years old giving marriage advice.
Yeah.
Well, never been married.
You're 50.
I'm not 50 yet, buddy.
Well, darn close.
I'm cresting 50.
You are cresting 50. So the other thing I did get she came up out of her chair about the other night was, I said, in this society, we tell our children, we tell our people. No, it wasn't this comment. It was a different comment.
No, this is great. You just called her a pig.
We tell our children, or we tell other people that when they're being picky, when they can't find the right one, we say, well, you just need to lower your expectations a little bit for what you expect out of somebody. So I got thinking about that. You've heard that phrase, right?
A lot.
Okay. Let's think about that. Let's dissect that. 20 years down the road, you're looking at your wife and you say, woo! I'm glad I lowered my expectations for this. I mean, think through that. Think through that phrase with an open mind. And that's where society has gotten to.
Phrase, house shopping and car shopping.
Yeah.
I never heard that about a spouse.
Oh, I've heard that a lot. And once I explained that to my wife, she sat back down and put the frying pan back down. But
I thought she was going to get the frying pan and cook you bacon and eggs.
I did. I gave her this sign. I gave her a package of bacon and said, "Can you start cooking?" But yeah. So the wedding ring. So that was in this time.
You hope you got your snacks and don't spit pop and popcorn everywhere. And he tells this story.
She comes home.
It's good.
She comes home from work.
You can't make this crap up. That's just the beauty of this. This is. You know what? Honestly, when I come in, I'm like, I'm gonna come in all gangster. I'm gonna be incognito. I'm gonna be all hid out, blackout ops, whatever it is. Got my new glasses.
How long? You got new glasses?
Yeah, I got 2 new pair.
How long are they gonna last?
Well, the last pair lasted 4 months. This is one of them. These are blue.
Folks, I give it about 2 weeks.
You know
before
why I got
they're broken.
the frames?
2 weeks before they're broken.
Because this has got the heavy blue coating. Because I'm on my technology so much.
He had electrical tape on his new pair a day after he got his new pair.
No, I made it a day and a half.
Made it a day and a half.
It was an accident. It ain't like you and driving.
You want candy?
Yeah.
These are special candies. I only share them
Wait a
with
minute.
special people.
Are them super hot?
No.
Them things look like they're nasty.
I found a place I could find candies.
Are these the really hot ones?
No, they're not.
No, I'm getting free because I'm getting.
And so I looked at the lady. And I said,
Tastes like Pepto-Bismol.
Pepto-Bismol? They're not Pepto-Bismol. So I looked at the lady, I said, can I buy the whole bin? Because I've never found somebody selling these in bulk. If you waste that candy, so help me, I will make you dig it back out of the trash and eat it. So these
tastes weird.
They are
What is
weird.
the
They're
taste?
special. They're cinnamon.
That don't taste like cinnamon.
They're cinnamon. And so I came home from the
tastes like
candy
cinnamon
store,
with
folks.
Pepto-Bismol.
Folks, I went to the bulk
My tongue,
candy store.
My tongue feels weird.
I went to the bulk candy store, and they had stuff there.
I can't eat that. That tastes like Pepto-Bismol and cinnamon together.
Stick it in your mouth.
No.
Or I'm gonna get a
I'll
slingshot
gag.
and I'm
I'll
gonna
just
shoot it
gag
in your mouth.
away. No.
It's cinnamon.
It tastes like got Pepto-Bismol in it. I'll save it for later. How's that? There. Can you tell the wedding ring story? Because this is truly priceless.
Then I got to tell you about the candy. So the
Oh,
wedding
man.
ring.
You didn't pick these up off the side of the road. Did
She
you?
comes home from the wedding ring with
These aren't out of
from
a
work.
storage unit, are they? I've seen your storage units. Did you? Where'd these come from? Where'd they come from?
The old folks' home.
Oh my gosh.
They used to have chocolate on them, and I licked all the chocolate off.
Okay, go.
Okay, so she comes home from work with her wedding ring broken. Now, this is her wedding ring I had custom built at the jewelry shop. Now, if you've ever been somewhere, you've noticed I can be a little difficult sometimes.
A little.
Yes. So
Like
I went
candy?
into the jewelry store, and you know how I paid for her ring?
A gun.
$600 in loose change I'd been collecting.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know they don't think much of it when you carry in quart jars of loose change to Jared's jewelry store? I had to go to the bank and change the change out. But anyway, so I bought her wedding ring, but I had this ring. We found this special ring. I found this special ring.
You're
but
special.
it didn't have a diamond inset, so they had to build a setting for it and then set the diamond in. Well, she just broke part of her setting. So she comes home and she's fretting and worrying and going through her jewelry cabinet and really fretting and worrying and coming down and modeling these rings for me and showing these different rings. And I'm clueless. I'm like, okay, yeah, that one's pretty. Okay, that one's pretty. And finally I'm like, honey, what is the big deal about you having to have a ring? And she says, I have to have a ring because when I talk to guys, then I gotta kind of show it off that, hey, I'm taken. I'm not available. I'm married, because that's what the ring represents. And I said, okay, I don't get it. I really don't get it, but okay. Folks, I've been married long enough that if my wife gets something in her mind like that, I'm not really going to argue and try to change her mind.
Okay.
So I walk away.
Yep.
About 10 minutes later, because that's how about slow I am, I come back and I said, honey. When I do electrical work,
I like honey on my biscuits.
when I do electrical work, I'll go like a whole week without my wedding ring. Like it's not on, and I'll walk around with no wedding ring on. And I said, honey, you have never been concerned about me going around without a wedding ring on, that I might be available and some chickie babe will come up and try to swoop me off my feet.
Say that again. What was that? A chickie babe?
That's a New York phrase. And so my wife really is calm and as sweet as she is, without even batting an eye, with no laughing in her voice or sarcasm in her voice. She said, oh, sweetie, any girl that's around you for 5 minutes is not interested. And I just stood there speechless. I was literally caught speechless. I couldn't even come up with a sarcastic answer because she was as honest as the day is long.
Oh my gosh. Ain't that great? I think it's a...
So, you know, my own mother walked by one time when we were talking about if
was I not wrong, guys? That was fabulous.
So
it was Shelby-licious.
My own mother walked by. This is about a year ago, and we were talking. I said, you know, if my wife dies, or one of the other ladies, she said, you better pray that your wife doesn't die because you'll never find another one like it. And my mom walks by and she said, oh, don't say that too quickly. There's plenty that are really desperate in countries like the Ukraine or Mexico. That was my own mother.
That's some good advice, Noreen.
What is that supposed to mean?
Oh my gosh.
You're not.
That's horrible. Oh my gosh. That's terrible.
Have a candy.
No, those things are nasty.
The candy deal.
That's
Candy
Pepto Bismol.
We go down to the candy shop down in Hannibal. And folks, this is a candy shop. And they got bins of candy they sell by the pound.
And?
My kids
So it's not out of a storage unit.
My kids had a $5 budget.
What'd you have, 500?
I spent $97 on candy.
Now, who's the wise one here? Your
That
kids?
that didn't include the kids.
Or you?
That did not include the kids.
Oh, I figured that.
I spent, I got 10 pounds of this. And
You need to get
and
your
they
money
had
back.
dark chocolate. They had dark chocolate malt balls. They had dark chocolate espresso beans. They had dark chocolate Reese's peanut butter cup. They had dark chocolate covered dark chocolate. They had dark chocolate Buckeyes. I mean, listen, you put dark chocolate on a dog turd and I'm going to eat it. I mean, it was amazing.
Okay, y'all heard him. So I'm going to bring it. I'm going to have a little Miss Opal whip out a good fine turd. We're
Listen,
gonna
those are
dark
not
chocolate
small.
that.
Those are not small. I've got a dog that has small turds.
Okay.
But
He said it. I'm going to do it. He's going to eat it.
Yeah, yeah. So
That'll get some views.
I'll tell you what. My wife for 3 days kept on bringing that up that I spent $97 on chocolate. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. You know what the one thing they did not have was chocolate.
You know what,
covered bacon.
$97.
What?
$97 would have got her wedding ring probably fixed.
Tried to find a jewelry store down there. We did find a jewelry store down there, but there was so much smoke coming out of the back room. I don't know if I wanted to let them work on my ring. You kind of following what I'm saying?
They burnt some bacon.
They burnt some bacon. That is so.
Oh, you meant schmigarettes.
Yes. Yes. So yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
When I think of smoke, I think like, I burnt the bacon.
Nope. They didn't burn the bacon. They burned the bacon a long time ago.
Okay.
Yep. So folks, yes. Lessons learned today. If you're married, you've made a commitment. And you can either choose to be miserable.
Heidi made a commitment.
For better or for worse. Most of it's for better. I mean.
Did you give her an owner's manual or did you delete that or erase it?
I tell her every time she's shocked by something, I'm like, you had full knowledge. You said yes.
She wasn't fully informed.
That's what she says. And I don't get it. I mean, I explained to her that I am sweet, but I'm a guy. And guys can be sometimes us guys don't always
let me tell you my
process
advice,
with common sense.
I said, I walked her up the jewelry counter. I said, you want one of them? And by the way, I can be grumpy. I'm going to belch. I'm going to fart a lot. And kind of went down the list. And if you want to be married to this, pick out a ring. I said, but you got to remember, I just said all this stuff. I laid out all my flaws. And I don't make small purchases.
Folks.
You just got to lay it out there.
And you...
I hope you understand.
I hope you understand. I can be a little bit romantic. That was far from romantic.
Nope.
I got down on my knee.
It was honest.
I got down on my knee with a ring in one hand and a Reese's peanut butter cup in the other hand. And she cried.
Good thing you didn't give her a choice.
All right, so to give you an illustration of what us guys are like.
Get down on one knee.
I did too get down on one knee.
He just got, St. Heidi is here in the house. Oh, Heidi, come on. You got to go on film.
That was so true. I did get down on one knee. I was in a short bus, school bus. I got down in the aisle on one knee, and I had a ring and I had a Reese's peanut butter cup. All right, so I want to give you.
It's not what your lady said. Your lady friend did not
can't remember all the romantic things that we've done. I don't know if she could even tell you the first romantic restaurant we went to engaged. But I can tell you, I can even tell you where we sat.
Okay. You know where I took Erica?
Where?
When she did decide to pick a ring out. Went to Perkins.
Perkins. That's a fun restaurant.
It
They
was
have great
midnight.
peanut butter
It
pie.
was midnight.
No, that's about
No
the only
place was
place.
open.
Yeah. All right. So I got to tell you what happened this week. So
Yeah, you fed me some poison.
you ever done anything that's like really stupid and then you followed it up with another stupid act?
Yeah, I went hunting 2 days in a row.
Buddy, that's like awesome. That's like what I live for.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there. I got Hot Pockets. I haven't bought Hot Pockets in a long time because they're a little pricey and I'm a little
those
tight.
Pastry meat.
Yes,
things.
but they have cheese in them. So you warm them up in the microwave, and then you've been drooling over them warming up in the microwave. So you pull it out of the microwave, and the first thing you do, what's the first thing you do?
You get burnt.
Well, you take a big old bite.
You get burnt.
And then you're sitting there trying to chew that thing down. So you get that down, and you take another bite, and by that time, the back side of it blows out. Well, no, I was actually about halfway down it, and the back side blows out, and cheese oozes out. But the cheese
hot,
is boiling
meltinous
hot,
gluten.
and it's all over your hand,
Yep.
burning your hand. So what do? You quick lick it up and put it in your mouth, which is
It's a bad cycle of bads. What it is.
even more sensitive. So then you're sitting there gagging and choking this hot cheese out of your mouth. And then you're sitting there like, oh, okay, now my mouth's calming down. So what do? You take another bite and the whole cycle starts all over again because you're still eating on the one end and cheese is still coming out. I burnt my hand 3 times and finally I got down to the end where the boiling hot cheese is oozing out.
How many times did it take you to learn that was hot?
And then I stuck the whole thing in my mouth because I was like, I don't want it oozing out, burning my hand. But then guess what? It's sitting there and I got smoke billowing out of my mouth. I got smoke billowing out of my ears. And my wife just sits there and she's like, just shakes her head. Just shakes her head. She doesn't even have words sometimes. And in my mind, she doesn't even have words for how awesome her husband is.
You just said that because she walked by.
Yeah. I sent her a picture. I sent her a picture of a box that we had, and I told her, I said, she was working today, and I said, keep it or pitch it. And she said, pitch it, trash it.
I wonder my help couldn't get undone.
And then I took a picture of myself. I turned the camera back around, and I took a picture of myself. And I took a picture, I said, keep it or trash it. She said, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, but. All right, so, did you want any more candies for the road?
Them are nasty.
Dude, these things are the best things in the world. Like, if you weren't so, like, deathly sick, I'd be, like, tempted to wash that off and repackage it and keep it. Because you're going to ruin a good candy.
No, it's fun. It was worth the experiment. You know, my tongue still tastes like Peppa-Pig ball. I think we need to sign off and sign out. Your wife's got a big event tonight.
I got to tell a story. Next video, I'll tell a story
He'll forget,
about
folks.
about the milk magnesia.
He'll forget.
Milk magnesia actually has
For all you that have
directions.
his cell phone, next week, text him over and over to do milk and magnesia. I can't even say it.
Milk magnesia has directions of how much to drink. Do you know what happens when you drink the whole bottle?
Don't gotta save it for next week. We're gonna be too long.
Yep. So
Y'all
all right.
be blessed. This is the 6th day of the 23rd year
Yes, it is.
of the first month.
Yes, it is.
You want to sign us out?
Yep, I will. All right.
Thanks for watching, y'all, and rock on. God bless America.